Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on this auspicious occasion where we pay tribute to our legendary uh, gentleman that has been part of the ICT space. He was a friend, a boss, a brother, a father, an uncle. He was everything everyone needed whenever we needed him. He was a lawyer in certain cases where you needed some advice, and he'd obviously be there. There's never a time he has turned down someone because of something. So today was going to be his 69th birthday, and there was no better way for us to celebrate his success. Instead of turning it into a sad day, we looked at it from the bright side, where we just thought about coming together to share our experiences, words of encouragement for the team, the friends, family, whoever that was part of Uncle Smiley's life. This is the moment we celebrate the success and in motivating each other to move forward. So before we get started with the speeches, we'd just like to share some tributes that we received from other partners that couldn't make it to join us today. So allow me to share the video.
Every time I close my eyes, I see in front of me. I still can hear your voice calling out my name. And I remember all the stories you told me. I miss the time you were around. I miss the time you were around. But I'm so grateful for every moment I spent with you, 'cause I know life won't last forever. You went so soon, so soon. You left so soon, so soon. I have to move on, 'cause I know it's been too long. I gotta stop the tears, keep my faith and be strong. I'll try to take it all, even though it's so hard. I see you in my dreams, but when I wake up you are gone, gone so soon. Night and day, I still feel you are close to me, and I remember you in every prayer that I make. Every single day, may you be shaded by His mercy. But life is not the same, and it will never be the same. But I'm so thankful for every memory I shared with you, 'cause I know this life is not forever. You went so soon, so soon. You left so soon, so soon. I have to move on, 'cause I know it's been too long. I gotta stop the tears, keep my faith and be strong. I'll try to take it all, even though it's so hard. I see you in my dreams, but when I wake up you are gone. When I had no strength to go on, I I felt so weak and I just couldn't help asking why. Oh, but I got through all the pain when I truly accepted that to God we all belong and to Him we'll return.
Right. Those were some tributes that we received from family, friends, partners that knew Mr. Smiley, that got to work with him. And now it's back to us here in the room. Just like to anybody randomly can just raise their hand, unmute, and share your learnings, your experience, and words of encouragement to the team, to the family, to everybody that knew Mr. Smiley, and how can they keep up during this difficult time? So I'm just going to open the floor before I spotlight anyone. Yes, Siraj, you can go ahead.
Hi, Faiza. How is everyone? I'm sure the mood is very somber back in South Africa. For those who don't know me, my name is Suraksha. I'm calling from Kenya. I've worked with Faiza and the team at Siyafunda, but led by Mr. Smiley from as early as I think 2010, 2009, 2010 till 2018 till I, didn't work. Always been in constant touch with Smiley himself or seeing Smiley go from, strength. We partnered with you. We did some amazing work for women empowerment, for youth empowerment. That is all good and great. But what I really cherish and remember is Smiley himself telling me to giving me some amazing advice to say, if you're doing community and work towards, empowering youth, then I don't know what's going on with my video. Sorry. Um, then you have to dedicate yourself completely in it. Take away your corporate and organization hat and go deep down, even if it means a little bit of a loss to yourself. But this is what you have to do. And this is what helped me figure out after I left the previous organization in which I used to work with Smiley, to find a calling in life. I really will miss Smiley. I will miss his support, mentorship, and most sadly is he didn't let at least a lot of people like myself know that he was suffering recently. And that is the man that is Smiling. Because even as, late as I think December last year, he kind of wrote to me to say, if you're coming to South Africa and Johannesburg in particular, please do get in touch. And I said, definitely, that's would be one of the highlights of my trip. Thank you all very much for organizing this, for giving us a closure, for some of us who are sitting so far away to be able to say something. Sorry.
We'll just allow Suraj to just gather himself. Um, it's been a long journey that we've been working together with Suraj on various projects. And even after the project, Suraj didn't cut any ties with Siyafunda. And he's always made a promise to Uncle. I remember in one of the meetings, he mentioned that he may not be working with us on any other project, but on his current post or on his current chair, if there are possibilities of collaborations and partnerships, he will definitely reach out to Siyafunda. And through Suraj, we've managed to build partnerships. That's how we got in contact with Meta for the She Means Business 2023 because of the impact that we've had with the Intel She Will Connect project. Um, it is with a heavy heart. I'm trying to gather myself not to cry in this instance. I'll cry at the end of the session just so that nobody breaks down. You know, as the host, you need to keep it together so that even the audience can try and be strong. But if you have to cry, cry. You're welcome to switch off your video, just to hide yourself because we are live on YouTube. So while Suraj is still getting a hold of himself, putting the emotions together, do we have anyone else that would like to join? Please raise your hands so that we have order, so we don't have people unmuting at the same time. So please raise your hand first, and according to that order, I will call the team to present. If you don't raise your hand, I'm going to spotlight you. So we've got Matome David. You're welcome to unmute.
Hi everyone. I'm David Mutlasedi, the co-founder of Moso Inc. and Technologies. I'm from Makotopong. It's just outside Polokwane. Well, I can't say I knew much about Uncle Smiley, but I remember we met back in 2017. That was it was at Woodmead, Johannesburg, for Intel She Will Connect workshop, if I remember very well. The face of Suraj, I think he was the leader of the session. Well, we are all saddened by his passing because we as Moso Inc. and Technologies, we are growing, and all because of this partnership with Siyafunda CTC. Well, I can't say I have much to say because we are all broken, and it's not only Siyafunda family who lost this precious soul. We also, as at Moso Inc. and Technologies, we lost a father, we lost a leader. May his soul rest in peace. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, David, for those words. May the Almighty be with everybody that's going through this difficult time. It's not easy. Some people are still in shock. Some of us are still in shock, in recovery, and you know what? The train has to keep moving. One of Mr. Smiley's beliefs was collaborations and partnerships, and that's how we got to meet and empower and also impact people in different areas through our partnership. So Matome David is one of our partners that is based in Limpopo. And then we also work with different partners at different levels. So we work with, in this case, we have a partner from academia. So there's two of them. I don't know who's going to go first, but we have Adelaide Sheikh, whom we work with from University of Johannesburg. So you're welcome to keep your video off. We understand the issues of load shedding and low connectivity. Adelaide, you can shoot your star.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is actually quite a significant opportunity, I think, for us all to come into a virtual space, the space that's Smiley introduced us to in many forms and in many ways. So my name is Adelaide Sheikh from the University of Johannesburg. And yes, paying tribute to Smiley, I think is a very small way in which we can, as the University of Johannesburg, be able to just show our appreciation. I met Smiley in 2012. My predecessor, who was the director at the Center of Social Entrepreneurship, I think met Smiley slightly earlier, maybe 2011, 2010, when she was setting up the International Social Entrepreneurship Conference at the University of Johannesburg, because I remember that Smiley was one of the prominent social entrepreneurs that took center stage from the ICT space and actually, you know, being a pioneer in that space in terms of social entrepreneurship. So that's how we became affiliated. I worked closely with Smiley when it came to the training and development of social entrepreneurs, but also youth at the university level on basic IT training when UJ didn't have that in place. So yeah, it's been very, very significant. And then more recently, we at UJ, I think most people will know that 4IR was and still is one of our main focus areas, the fourth industrial revolution, ICT and innovation and so forth. And Siyafunda partnered with us in terms of that, in terms of digital literacy. And he would send the team out with Faiza being one of the lead to come in and do training, which we still appreciate on an ongoing basis. We had our most recent one in February with one of the team members actually doing Facebook for Business with second year students in interior design, because what we need to try and do in this day and age is try and get our youth to become youth entrepreneurs and to find ways of forging forward in a very complex business environment once they are done with their studies. So from my perspective and my engagement with Smiley was always one that was very pleasant, a true gentleman, always willing to assist, always giving more than what is you ask of him. And I can proudly say that Siyafunda was one of my key case studies for my thesis. And you know, the wealth and the information that just came through there, both from Smiley and the team, will be seen in many research papers and journals going forward with the data that was gathered. So from the University of Johannesburg, we have been grateful and, you know, just for the enduring way that, and even, I'm just thinking now, you know, Smiley's way of dealing with partners and clients and individuals really rubbed off on the team as well, because they emanate that as well. And I'm excited to know that there is an executive team in place that's going to carry this legacy forward. So really from the University of Johannesburg, we would like to salute him and thank his wife. You know, they say, agter elke man is daar 'n sterk vrou. I don't know if everybody understands Afrikaans, but it says behind every man that is doing well in the communities, there's a significant woman or a strong woman in the background. So thank you to his wife and to his family, the extended members of the family, as well as the Siyafunda family and the team there. My heart is very close to you guys, and we're looking forward to continuing the partnerships and the work together. Thank you, Faiza. I know I took much time, but thank you so much. We really, really appreciate even this opportunity to be able to express our appreciation and gratitude. May he rest in peace.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much for that, Adelaide. We can actually spend the whole week just speaking on Uncle Smiley's character, Uncle Smiley's passion, Uncle Smiley's dedication, how he used to do things, his leadership style. But at this point, I just feel as though words are just not enough to describe such a great man. Just to go back to Suraj, are you okay to finish off what you wanted to say?
Yes, I am, and I really apologize. Sorry, I promised myself I would not break down. Yeah, and I think similar to the two speakers before me, we use his teachings to move forward. If we can, continue supporting Siyafunda and make sure his legacy lives on. And then, yeah, just these are very few heroes like that actually move people, from across borders. And this is how this is the testimony to his greatness is, how people have wanted to come on and talk about Smiley and kind of share his vision and how he inspired us. So definitely, also I hope his family is strong, and sort of celebrate his legacy. Thank you, and all of you at Siyafunda.
Thank you very much, Suraj, for those words. Next up, we have Dr. Shafika Isaacs. She's a doctor, she's a professor, she wears multiple hats. Dr. Shafika, don't forget to unmute.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, assalamu alaikum. It's really wonderful to share this moment with all of you. I tried to connect this morning and then my connection didn't work. So I'm really deeply appreciative of the opportunity, like with everyone else, to just be able to have a moment of closure on the one hand, and on the other hand, also share this beautiful space with so many people who are my colleagues, like Adelaide and others whom I haven't really met. But that is Uncle Smiley. He's always been a connector. Every event I've attended with him, he always made an effort to highlight the brilliance and the greatness of everyone else, and perhaps above all, creating spaces and opportunities of belonging. It's the one thing that struck me about the Siyafunda Center is the extent to which it has created communities of belonging, especially under the circumstances that the whole world is facing at the moment of growing precarity. It's just this foundational strength that ripples across not just South Africa, but across the continent in terms of the model building that Siyafunda represents. I have known Uncle Smiley for a long time. I know him as an activist in the labor movement, active in the unions when he was working for Macro, and also engaging with the colleagues in Sakau, and has always been very, very grounded. I remember distinctly him encouraging people to come to Palm Reach, to come to Katlong, because it is a way of bringing people to the township who have perhaps become very comfortable in comfort zones. So, and for me, that is really testimony to the kind of leadership that he offered the world. He was an ethical man. And a model of ethical leadership, and I think many people have said that. And recently I've been working with the community digital access points across South Africa, and every single one that I have engaged with over the last few months mentions Siyafunda. The one example is the Vexospark Digital College in Limpopo. Everybody there waxes lyrical about the connection with Siyafunda, and this is also one of the country's leading community-based colleges. And so it's just such an incredible tribute to the kind of leadership that Uncle Smiley represents. My last engagement with him was just before he passed away, actually, and what was on his mind was the genocide in Gaza. And that was a preoccupation. And he kept on saying that we are not doing enough. And it is this profound sense of service that for me is the inspiration. And also more recently, having had the opportunity to just be open to innovating and finding new ways of doing interesting things. Uncle Smiley has given us the opportunity to explore a combination of working on critical AI and permaculture, and also integrating that with well-being and yoga, and just being so open to us all doing yoga at the Siyafunda Center and linking that to the work around digital universal digital access. And behind that sits this awareness that we need to be building our communities of care above everything else. It's love and care. And I think Uncle Smiley just represented the embodiment of all of that. And so I felt hugely privileged to have journeyed with him, and particularly privileged to have a connection with the Siyafunda Community Technology Center, and really ready to engage with this phenomenal leadership that Uncle Smiley has built, with people like Faiza and Samir and Tabiso and so many others, and definitely ready to carry the torch with all of you along with everyone else. It's such a privilege to be part of a growing community like this. So my prayer is that Uncle Smiley rests peacefully, that he rests in power, and that the Almighty grants him the highest station in the highest of heavens. Inshallah. Amen. Shukran. Thank you.
Dr. Shafika. Thank you so much for those words. And thank you, everyone, for always being ready to support us, being ready to stand with us. We couldn't and we cannot walk this journey without everyone's support that is here. So next up, we have one of our community partners, recently joined the family. We have Norman Furster, who's based in the Northern Cape. He's currently managing our Siyafunda Center that is based in Carnarvon. Norman, you can unmute, share your experiences, words of encouragement. Please speak closer to your mic, Norman. Your headphones, there's somewhere where there's a dot dot thingy.
Can you hear me now?
You're still very soft.
How about now?
Yeah, much better.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, Norman, you can proceed.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear you,
we
Norman.
can hear you. You can proceed. Hi, Norman. Can we come back to you while you sort out your audio? No, we can't hear you. Okay, so I'll just move on to Emily Mahlaba while Norman is sorting out his audio. Emily Mahlaba. Please don't forget to unmute. All right, seems like there's no word from Sarah. Mwelasi German Khatebe. Don't forget to unmute. Click on the microphone to unmute.
Hi guys, how are you?
Fine, thanks. And how are you, Mr. German?
I'm good in yourself, guys. I
Very
just
good.
wanna, you hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. No, I just wanna share the experiences that I have with uncle, our uncle actually, Mr. Smiley. I remember the first time when we met her. We were there for the course. We came with our student from Buhle Community Development. We were there almost for a week, and we did manage very well. We worked very well with Mr. Smiley. So I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you did for us from Buhle Community Development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mvelasi, for that. Next up, I'd like to invite Ms. Petronella Linders from the Department of Communications and Digital Communities. We work very closely with Ms. Petronella on various projects and training, and I'd just like to invite her to share her experience, words of encouragement to the team, everybody that has lost an angel in their lives. Ms. Petronella?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to the program director. I'm sorry I'm still on the route because we are implementing a program in Cape Town at the moment. From the Department of Communications and for myself personally, I would like to say that we have lost a giant, in my opinion, in terms of the person that Mr. Smiley was, as we all affectionately knew him. He was compassionate, he was kind, he was always soft-spoken, very respectful towards women. And I can't even remember the day that I met him because it's many, many, many years ago. But what I can say is that he worked very well with all of us as a team at the Department of Communications and Digital Technologies in terms of DCDT. He worked with the department before it was even called DCDT. It was still the Department of Communications. Then it was the Department of Telecoms and Postal Services. And then it became this department that it is now. And the work that he has done with the department spans over many years. I think more than probably 20 years in terms of when he started working with the department, but with our unit specifically, which is gender, disability, youth and children, GDYC, he started working with us since around about 2009, 2010. And it was always a pleasure to work with him and to work with Siyafunda. I think without Siyafunda, for us specifically, a lot of our programs would not have really been implemented. It would not have actually even came to passing, because in terms of, there was many times when the department was not even able to cover the cost. I think I'm actually very sad because just last week Friday we were in Mtata and I sent Mr. Smiley a message to say thank you for sending Amos and Sharon to assist us with the program that we're currently implementing, which is the Digital Disability Inclusion Program, which is the program for training learners, teachers, and persons with disabilities on digital literacy and coding. And I said to him, thank you for covering all the costs for them except the ground transport, because we did not have funds to cover the cost as the department. And I didn't know that that was going to be the last message that I would send him. And he responded by saying, beautiful relationships. It's always nice to have beautiful relationships. He just sent a short message. And I'm so thankful. And I just want to say that I want to say from us as the team, we would like to encourage the team at Siyafunda to say that God knows everything and that he knew that it was Mr. Smiley's time when it was his time to leave this earth. But death is not the end, in my personal opinion, because I believe in eternal life. And I believe that Mr. Smiley is looking down on us, he's seeing us, he will continue to be proud of you in terms of the work that you will be doing. And I think he has left a legacy in terms of all the young people and all the people that he has invested in over the years, not just his family, but even the people that works with him, and even us as a team. I think we have learned a lot from him. So I would want to encourage you firstly by saying to continue to build this legacy, to continue to work in the field of digital literacy, digital skilling, empowering communities, women, youth, persons with disabilities, older persons, everybody, any person that could be empowered, that could be skilled. Mr. Smiley would make a plan for that person to be skilled. And I think he was he moved with the times in terms of OIR, making sure that people get the new technologies, understanding all the new technologies. So please continue to build that legacy, to work, to know that he will be watching you. And the other thing that I would want to encourage you is to have his characteristics. He was always compassionate. He was always soft-spoken. He was always respectful. And I think that he imparted that also in the trainers, because all the trainers that we work with, all the trainers that we encounter and that we interact with, Amos, the people in the provinces, they all have that characteristics. They are soft-spoken, they are kind, they are patient, they are compassionate. And so I think you are already showing that. So I just want to encourage you to continue to do that. And I want to say to you that as the word of God says, that God is close to the brokenhearted. He binds the wounds of those that has been hurt. So he's close to you. He's binding your wounds, and he is covering you currently now in this time of difficulty and bereavement. And I know it's also a beautiful day today, because it is Mr. Smiley's birthday as well. So he's having his first heavenly birthday. And I think that that in itself is a milestone for him and his family. Although he's not with you physically, I want to encourage you that he is with you spiritually and with the team, and that this is a beautiful day, and as well as the fact that it's International Women's Day. And Mr. Smiley was also an advocate for gender equality, for women's empowerment, and that's why he was involved in the National ICT Forum from the inception when the minister introduced it in 2015, and he ran with the digital the digital skills component of that forum in terms of the economic chamber. He made sure that we had a matrix of all the skills that's available in the country. And he in that, he also said that one of the things that he wants to make sure is that women and girls are always prioritized. People with disabilities are always prioritized. So I think it's also befitting that this memorial is on International Women's Day. And I think with those words, I just want to say all the best to the team. I know it's not going to be easy, because it is a big loss and a big void. But I want to say that it is possible, and it is going to be possible because of what he has left behind. And when those times come, when you are feeling sad, when you are feeling like you can't do it, just remember how he always used to do what he did. He always used to say, nothing is impossible. We can make a plan. We can find a way. So that's my encouragement to you. I think that before I start crying, I'm going to end it at that. But from my team, the TDYC team, from Tandi, from Zakele, Khobi, Becky Sisa, Lizzie, Khomotso, and all the Fanisile, Ella, that has just recently joined us now, all the team. We would like to just say we are really proud to be part of this meeting, and to have known Mr. Smiley, and to have been blessed with a person of his character, of his stature, and of his compassion. And may God continue to bless you, may He continue to strengthen you, and may you continue to live on may you continue to live out the legacy that Mr. Smiley has left, which is to empower and to promote the rights of all people to have access to digital skills in South Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Petronella Linders. I promised myself not to cry during the show. I'll only cry at the end, so I'm trying to keep strong at the moment. Thank you for those words of encouragement. Whatever that we have learned, the knowledge, the characteristics that Mr. Smiley has shared with us and has taught us, we hope to take that with us in the dealings going forward, moving on with the legacy that he has left behind. He was always a person who liked partnerships and collaborations, and he always told us that there are no competitors. If you want to achieve the same goal, why compete when you can work together? So this is the journey of where Siyafunda started and how Siyafunda is going to grow. We hope and we pray that the Almighty grant us all strength to continue in Mr. Smiley's shoes. His shoes were very big. That's an honest one. And it's not going to be easy for us to walk in them, but with whatever that he has given us, the resources, the knowledge, we will take that with us. So next up, I'd like to invite Kevin Kumalo, who's he's a photographer, he's a cinematographer, and he's met Uncle Smiley on various occasions, on different events. And just to share a few words of encouragement, and what is it that you take away from the relationship with Mr. Smiley?
Hi, everybody. Apologies for joining the meeting late. Just finished production, so I had hoped to have started with you all at say 2 o'clock. But obviously, I appreciate the opportunity to speak under such circumstances, and condolences to Siyafunda team and everybody that knew Mr. Smiley. I think for me, as brief as our interaction was, it was a very positive interaction. And I think after, a few days ago, tuned in on the CII radio, just listening to the show, part of the tribute to Mr. Smiley, and having been part or having listened to that conversation, and a lot of people who have shared their experience, and you kind of realize how much of a great person he was, and how much and how many lives he has touched up until this point of his passing. And it says, if anything else, we then outside of just in our own corners have a responsibility to take up the baton and run, and carry on with the positive message, the message that encourages change. Well, not only because I know the main part of the work was to introduce the disadvantaged communities to the idea of technology and the possibilities that can come from that. But what I took from it was, it doesn't matter where you are, whatever it is that you do, in whatever field that you do, you have the responsibility to share with the community, not just only the community, but share with everyone that you interact with, and have a positive mindset and an open heart to learn, to love, and to give. And I think for me, like I said, it was a brief interaction, but walked away, having learned much. And again, the other day, actually, it was yesterday. I was watching one of the videos that we've captured. I think it was at SAP, and seeing him there, like it just brought something into my heart. Like, wow, what a great man. And I remember one of the speakers from the show itself, the radio program, that the tribute that they did for him, mentioning, the fact that, and funny enough, I related in a way. I'm 40 years old, no kids, and passionate about everybody. If I could give everything I have. And having seen someone that has done it, and I was like, oh, in my own space, I want to be, and I am inspired to be as great as he is or as he was. So I think for me, in a nutshell, it's taking that away to say, may his soul rest in peace. And obviously, as Faiza just said, it's not easy shoes to fill, but I guess everybody that has interacted with him, both young and old, we have a responsibility to grab the baton and run with. That's it from my side. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin. I understand that you've only met him once or twice at certain events, but despite meeting him once or twice at various events, the impact that you get from just speaking to him that one time is a long-lasting impact. And I just want to thank you for bringing that up. And it clearly shows that everybody that has joined us, unfortunately, in the afternoon tribute, we don't have as many people as we had in the morning. We had 2 sessions, and everybody just shares their experiences, their relationship with Mr. Smiley. And I always go back to the word to say Mr. Smiley was not our boss, and we couldn't even address him as Mr. Smiley. We always addressed him as Uncle, because he never ever imposed to us that I am your boss and you need to call me boss. If you called him boss, he would humble himself and say, no, I'm not your boss. We are colleagues. And whenever you go to events, he'll be like, no, I'm just a guy in the background. The team is the one that is leading. They are the ones that are in the forefront. And there's many instances that I can share personally from my side, from my start journey with Siyafunda till today, but it's gonna take almost the whole day. And I don't want everybody ending up in tears. I still want our makeups to look in order. So it's just, I don't know, it feels unreal. But at the end of the day, when the creator calls you back to his kingdom, who are we to hold back and say, no, you can't go? He's gone to a better place, and he has touched our lives, and we now need to continue touching other people's lives as much as he touched ours. Um, we get to spend almost 8 hours with him, and for the past 2 years, we've only been dealing with him virtually and meeting whenever there's meetings and through WhatsApp. And the past year was the most difficult one. We had the opportunity to be there for him during the most difficult time, taking him to hospital, ensuring that he's got everything that he needs, and we're always available whenever he needs us, because he's always been there for us and made us who we are. And we are very grateful for that. And we'd also like to just extend our gratitude to his lovely wife, Auntie Khairunisha Bam. She's been Uncle Smiley's support, Uncle Smiley's broad shoulders to cry on, Uncle Smiley's, like, she's just a whole package that Uncle needed. without Auntie Khairun, I don't think we would have had the opportunity to meet Uncle. I don't think we would have had the opportunity to see Siyafunda. Auntie Khairun believed in Uncle's dream, Uncle's vision, and she always supported him, and she always made sure that he goes for his dream and he succeeds in it, supporting him, being there for him. There are days where we drive Uncle Smiley crazy, missing deadlines, um, doing a whole lot of things. You know, when you miss deadlines with Uncle Smiley, it was a huge problem. And he'd always reprimand you that you need to meet deadlines. And obviously, as the director of the organization, he'd feel disappointed that my staff did not submit the report on time as I expected. And where does he go and offload to? Auntie Khairun. Her broad shoulders always comforted him whenever he needed Auntie's support. Whenever there's visitors, many people would know you never leave Auntie's house without having, even if it's just a glass of juice. The hospitality she has is 5-star, undescribable, and we'd like to thank her for being there for Uncle. She's the organization's mother, and Uncle was the organization's father, and they brought us together, gave us that motivation that no, continue with whatever that you're doing. This was Uncle's passion. Even now, she'll tell you that Uncle's passion was Siyafunda. Uncle's passion, first thing that he always put first was his prayer. He never ever missed a prayer despite being sick. He always made sure that he prayed on time. The second one, empowering communities. That was top of his list. He always made sure if there's anyone that comes to Siyafunda, is looking to learn, doesn't have the the amount that is charged for the courses, he would say, no, it's fine. Register, because I can't send you back and say, no, you don't have the money. If you send that one person back, you're still keeping them underdeveloped, unskilled, and we expect them to get jobs. So you'd always say, empower them. When they get jobs, we pray and hope that whoever's been through the Siyafunda organizations, the MQI Madressah institution, when they come back, they give back to the organization and just to say thank you for being the foundation. He always used to say to all the staff members, take Siyafunda as a stepping stone of your career. You might not spend your whole life at Siyafunda, might look for a job. Yes, we always come across that. We always looking for another job because we need to meet our needs and whatever. And he always said, use Siyafunda as a stepping stone for your career. Let Siyafunda teach you the values that you need in order for you to go to the uh, world of work. You use Yafunda to gain experience. And there's something that some speakers in the morning mentioned that volunteer. There's an organization called Oliven Toad Development Association. They started an organization. They were in Olivenhout Wash in Pretoria, and Uncle used to go there in his young times. He would go there physically to see what is the organization doing. He was there to also motivate the center that we are here to support you. We are here for you. Let's walk this journey together. He volunteered. He didn't expect anybody to pay him back for going to Olivenhout Center, but he took out his time. And this is a lesson for us as youth. I started as a volunteer at Siyafunda, and I always encourage our youth out there that um, after you're done with a course, send a letter to say you're requesting to volunteer, even if it's just for a month, so you gain experience. Because when you're fresh out of matric, what experience do you have to show at the workplace? And we were fortunate enough, and we are still fortunate enough that he never ever created barriers that, um, no, you don't have the qualifications for an administrator. But what would he say? Okay, you've done this course, so in order for me to um, ensure that you perform your best within the organization, go through some courses. If there's a course that you'd like to enroll for, go ahead and enroll for it. Siyafunda will cover for it. He had the passion for development, self-empowerment, self-development. And this is how we all grew from being just someone that had a matric certificate to being, if you have to look at my certificate, I'm almost equivalent to Dr. Shafika. I'm just joking. I don't even have an honors or a master's, but the amount of knowledge, the amount of training that Uncle Smiley has encouraged us to go through, I feel like a doctor. And that is a huge achievement. And that with him being gone now, it's not that we should stop empowering ourselves, but continue with whatever that is taught us, that empower yourself. Don't just do one course and sit there and like, okay, I'm just going to do administration and I'm going to focus on that throughout my whole life. But let me look for something where I can actually go on. With administration, there's different tools. I had to always say, test out those tools, try it out. If it's something that's worth it, let's go for it. And that's just the passion that he had for everything. He was a friend. He used to criticize us, but not in a bad, not criticism in a bad way, but criticism in such a way that it used to construct us. It was constructive feedback where he'd, we'd go for events and suddenly you with Mr. Smiley here. Next minute you turn around, Mr. Smiley is no longer there. He just disappeared and you don't know anyone at the event. And he would go sit at one corner and monitor and see what is it that you're going to do. If he finds you sitting, he'd come and shout in like, "What are you doing here? You're supposed to be networking with different partners. Have a conversation, network. This is why you attend events." And that's how I got to meet the team at DCGT through events and training that was hosted when I was still a newbie at Siyafunda. And now I'd like to invite Mr. Farooq Limalia to share some words of encouragement and also share your experience that you've had with Uncle Smiley.
Assalamu alaikum. Greetings to everyone. Juma Mubarak. I spoke to Uncle Smiley a few times. I haven't got to meet him, but I know he has dealt with our organization, OCAF SA, for many, many years. We are a community-based organization and not necessarily in IT, but in many other spheres. I think the last time I dealt with him, we bought like 10 laptops from him to donate to another organization on their behalf. So we know that from OCAF side that Smiley had a very long relationship with OCAF. And I think on many other projects besides IT. And yeah, we're very sad that he has left us. And may Allah grant him a place in Jannah and forgive him for all his past wrong. And may Allah also comfort his family in these difficult times. With that, I thank you for being on this tribute. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much, Uncle Farooq. In most cases, as you know, Mr. Smiley was always key for partnerships and collaborations, working with different organizations to reach out to communities, be it we come and deliver the training or working hand in hand with the partner. And as the Siyafunda team, we hope and look forward to building a relationship with OGAF going forward and continue in the footsteps of Uncle Smiley. So now we have Siyafunda partners joining in. I'd like to invite Dudu Dlamini. Dudu Dlamini, don't forget to unmute. Sis Tutu,
everyone.
you are
My sincere
transforming.
apologies for being late. I thank you for granting me an opportunity to speak about calling Dr. Smiley. Am I breaking? Can you hear me, guys?
Now we can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Oh,
we can hear you now. You can proceed.
okay, thank you. So I appreciate the opportunity granted to speak about Dr. Smiley. Appreciate the opportunity that he gave me when I started at Siyafunda. Guys, there's so much that I can say about this gentleman. I remember when I started the journey in 20, around 2015 until 2017 when Siyafunda gave me 15 computers. I remember when it was broken at my center, and then all 15 computers were stolen. But that never gave him an opportunity to insult me or to suspect me who broke in. I mean, if you were given such an equipment and opportunity, those that you're the one who sent them. But then he kept on being a father. He kept on being an uncle to me. Opportunity that I managed to get. There's so much that I could say. Today, I'm working with other big departments through him. I am respected even in the community where I am because of Dr. Ahmed Smiley and Siyafunda. There's so much that I could say, but then I'm out of words. I appreciate the opportunity. To the team, I'd like to say, guys, let's push, let's continue working hard, let's make sure that this program lives longer. Let's honor the
Thank you very much, Tutu, for those words. We couldn't catch much of them because you were breaking, but you are welcome to use the chat to share any further comments that you'd like to share. In the chat, we have Norman. Unfortunately, he's having microphone problems, and he would like to say, I would like to say that it was very nice to meet Uncle Smiley last year, December, as I was on training at the head office in Palm Ridge. Mr. Smiley told me that he saw my CV and most of my computer skills were self-taught, and he told me to get a certificate in what I know. I was really shocked when I saw the email from Faiza. He looked very strong. It was a short time, and for that, I feel very, very lucky to have met him. I have several certificates today, very few words from Mr. Smiley. May we build on our Community Technology Center. Thank you so much, Norman, for those words. And just to, before I share this short video of a lady that just spoke shortly, I'd like to invite Mohammed Mian to share your experience, words of encouragement to the family, the team, everyone that has lost a great friend, an uncle, an all-in-one package.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to one and all. This is Hafiz Mohammed Mian from the Uwais Islamic Center in Robertshire. Alhamdulillah, Uncle Ismail, Uncle Smiley was instrumental in opening up and assisting us with the opening of our CTC center at the Uwais Islamic Center. We are a masjid based in Robertshire with the same idea and ideology that Uncle Smiley and Ameer, as well as the team of Siyafunda, have, that we need to get the critical knowledge of computers out to the communities. And Alhamdulillah, we have partnered with Siyafunda, with Uncle Smiley. And like I said, on our official opening, Uncle Smiley was present with us. He was always there to give us inspiration, to always guide us, to always show us that this is what needs to be done, this is what will work, this is what will not work. Maybe you should adopt this, bring in this intervention. Let's change this here. Let's put this pamphlet up. Let's put this poster up. Let's change the colors of the walls to make it more conducive to learning. And he actually went as far as putting one of the graduates from Siyafunda, Brother Rafiq, as our facilitator at the center. It's definitely a loss, not only to Siyafunda, but to, I would say, South Africa, because of the ideas that Uncle Smiley had to bring the computer technology to the nation, not looking at race, not looking at color, not looking at anything else, but looking at the upliftment of the people of the community. And one thing I remember very clearly when we met with Uncle Smiley for the first time, and this is the words that he told me when we were standing aside. And he said, we need to look at our future generation. Who is our future generation? If we can uplift our future generation, that is our leaders for tomorrow. If the leaders are empowered, if the leaders have the skills, obviously it's going to have a ripple effect on the communities that they are serving. So I'd like to say, our deepest condolences to Siyafunda, to the family of Uncle Smiley. And I'd like to also encourage Siyafunda, take the vision of Uncle Smiley. Take the vision, build it, work as the team that you have been working already, and let's take it forward. We, as the Oweskarni Center, are also there to assist wherever we can. Uncle Smiley also told us that, he wanted to have other interventions in the Joburg South area. And our center is here. So if you guys need at any time, Samir has my number. You guys can get my number from Samir. And our center is open as a learning center, as a CTC, to let's grow this vision of Uncle Smiley. Let's grow the idea of Siyafunda to uplift the future generation so that our leaders can be uplifted and we can make better societies for all of us, inshallah, God willing. Jazakallah to Faiza and the team for setting up this presentation and for allowing us to, I can't say come to terms with the loss, but to help one another, be there, to be a means of slight solace, and also to show that, no matter what it is, we are all united and we are all one. And we look forward to being of assistance to Siyafunda and for being a part of Siyafunda in the near future, as well as a long partnership going forward for many, many, many years to come, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
Ameen. Jazakallah, brother Muhammad Mian, for that. May Allah grant us the strength to continue and wear Uncle Smiley's big shoes. That is literally and figuratively speaking. I'm a size 5, and he used to wear about size 6, 7. So definitely looking forward to walking in those shoes, and we can only do that with the support that we have from everybody that is on here. So I'd just like to share a short video, and it's just about 3 videos after this, before we close off the session, and just before we close off the session. Where is it?
Greetings, everyone. My name is Dudu Dlamini from Stenga in KwaZulu-Natal. I just want to share my journey with you, where it all started. In ICT, my journey in ICT. My journey started in 2015 in Vlakfontein. At that time, I was computer illiterate, I must say. But luckily for me, I was granted an opportunity by Nina and Mrs. Makam to study whilst working as an administrator at the same time. So it was not an easy thing, but then it was manageable because Nina was always there at all times to teach me everything, because she was most of the days she was at the center. So I started my journey there, and whilst working as an administrator, I learned most of the things from that time from her, from then a facilitator. So yeah, then in 2016 I had to come back home after my mother passed on. But then in 2017, I opened my own center in Stenger Clean Hills, which is it's a township suburban. It was quite a center. I had 15 computers, which is the PCs. Um, it was 15 of them. We operated until another morning when we came, and then computers were taken, they were stolen. So, but even then, my passion never stopped me. I kept on going. I had that passion, the undying passion. That's how they call it. So we kept on going. In 2018, I opened another center. By then, Mr. Ahmed Smiley assisted me with some laptops. So I had those laptops. So I opened another center in Kranskop, which is it's the rural somewhere in KZN. So we operated there from 2018 until 2021. I managed to train quite a huge number of women, or quite a huge number of youth. I worked with various schools. I trained grade 12s and grade 11s. I trained grade 7s because most of the people where I was, hence it was the deep rural, it was for the first time seeing computers. So it was quite a journey, a very astonishing journey. All right. And then whilst I was operating in Kranskop, I had an opportunity to be selected whilst with Siyafunda. I was selected to work with Digify Africa. So we partnered from 2021. Yes, from 2021. The main goal was to train young people, which is it was mainly schools, grade 12s, or the youth, if I may put it that way. So because most of the times I work closely with schools where I am. So we trained a number of high schools with digital literacy. We worked from 2021 until 2023. Whilst I was working with Digify Africa, then I was approached to work with Nemisa as well, through the leadership of Siyafunda still. Worked from 2022 until it stopped recently. Their main goal was to work with youth, also with women, for digital entrepreneurship course, where you train women and youth, or people with disabilities. Since we are in the era of 4IR, which is the fourth industrial revolution. So, and now that the technology is here, what are the businesses that are available in this time that we're in this era? So people must be computer literate. So it was quite a journey for me there. We worked until it stopped recently. Then after, whilst I was on that journey, and in 2021 we opened a crèche that is still operating even till to date. And currently, recently, we've partnered with Radharupsing Primary School. We will be teaching computer skills, computer basic and user, and you name the work. Also, again, with Digify Africa, there's a program that they wanted me to teach, they've asked me to teach, which is called Digify Pro. It's quite a journey. Teaching is, I mean, it's in me, it's in every fiber of my being. So it's been quite a blessed journey. It's been quite a blessed journey. So today I just want to share with you that it is possible. It doesn't matter where you come from. So with you guys, I just wanted to share with you that it is possible. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you've been through, but it is possible through through the hard work. You can achieve anything. Be persistent in your passion. Be persistent in what you do. Try by all means to educate yourself. Grab each and every opportunity that is exposed, that is given unto you. Search all the possible opportunities. Do not just sit and then expect things to come knocking on your door. Work as hard as you can. It is not easy. When you see someone being a trainer, you think it is easy. It is not that easy, but it is doable. Through the hard work, you can achieve. I mean, when I met with Nina, Dr. Ahmed Smiley, and with Siyafunda, it was a few years back. I mean, in 2025, I will be marking 10-year anniversary with them. Stick to the people that you've started with. Make sure that you do not lose the people that you started your journey with. Whatever that you do, make sure, because they are your mentors, they will always remember you. Most of the doors that opened for me, it was through the people that I've known through the years. It was through for me to even start with Siyafunda. It was through Nina, and from Nina to Dr. Ahmed Smiley, from Dr. Ahmed Smiley to Digify Africa, from Digify Africa to Nemisa. God knows what is next. So never lose the contact of the people that you worked with. Always be consistent with them. Always study. Always do whatever causes that you can. I mean, to upskill yourself. I always do that. Always upskill yourself. Never ever allow any setback in your life. So it is possible, as you can see. Thank you very, very much, everyone. I appreciate the opportunity given for me tonight. Thank you.
So that was a video of Dudu Dlamini sharing her success story, her journey, how it all started. She has been on and off because of connectivity issues. We know internet is a challenge. For those that join us a bit late, I'd just like to share this tribute video that we've just put together from different people that have just sent their messages, and we just decided to put it together and share that with everyone. Right.
Every time I close my eyes, I see in front of me. I still can hear your voice calling out my name. And I remember all the stories you told me. I miss the time you were around. I miss the time you were around. But I'm so grateful for every moment I spent with you, 'cause I know life won't last forever. You went so soon, so soon. You left so soon. 'cause I know it's been too long. I gotta stop the tears, keep my faith and be strong. I'll try to take it all, even though it's so hard. I see you in my dreams, but when I wake up you are gone, gone so soon. Night and day, I still feel you are close to me, and I remember you in every prayer that I make. Every single day, may you be shaded by His mercy. But life is not the same, and it will never be the same. But I'm so thankful for every memory I shared with you, 'cause I know this life is not forever. You went so soon, so soon. You left so soon, so soon. I have to move on, 'cause I know it's been too long. I gotta stop the tears, keep my faith and be strong. I'll try to take it all, even though it's so hard. I see you in my dreams, but when I wake up you are gone. There were days when I had no strength to go on. I felt so weak and I just couldn't help asking why. Oh, but I got through all the pain when I truly accepted that to God we all belong and to Him we'll return.
We'd just like to extend our gratitude for everyone that has taken out the time and dedicated their time to join us for the tribute session. We will be sharing the links to the offline recording for you to watch it when you have time, and we'll also share the tribute video that we've put together. A request from our side is for you to please keep us in your prayers. Keep the family in your prayers. May the Almighty grant us the strength and guide us to continue with the work that Uncle Smiley had started and be able to continue serving our communities the way he used to. Thank you to everyone. We've come to the end of our tribute session. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Petronella.